I am Ichsan. Today we are talking about domestication and foreignization strategies in the English translation of Pramudia Anantatur novel Bumi, Manusia, which is translated into This Earth of Mankind by Max Lin. We will focus on chapter 7.
And we will give you more information about translation, domestication, and foreignization. Let's check this out.
Okay, I will explain about translation. What's the definition of translation? Translation refers to the process of transferring spoken or written source language text to spoken or written target language text. Given that readers demand naturalness when reading a translated text, producing an equivalent translated text presents a plethora of challenges to the translator. A translator in translation process is facing 4 challenges. Those are social culture, language, material culture, and religious terms. The most challenges are about culture and language. According to Penalty 1995, translating texts of 2 different cultures require a choice between 2 translation procedures, namely domestication and foreignization. We have 2 translation procedures to maintain the way translators translate a text from source language text to target language text. The first procedure is domestication. Domestication in translation is one of the goals pursued by every translator because domestication can make the target text idiomatic and easy to accept and easy to understand by target language reader or TL reader. However, domestication in translation is relative. What does relative mean? It can go beyond the usual limits to be disapproved by most people, namely, domestication in translation can go to extremes. If it's used extensively, it will remove the peculiarities of style, art, and culture in the original text. The spirit of the original text cannot be reflected in the TL text. As a result, TL reader cannot get to know the external world through the translation. The real value of translated text will be affected. Besides, the TL reader feels unnatural and awkward. He may be misled. Foreignization in translation is also relative. It's just a concept to bear in mind.
Okay, so now I will start to explain about foreignization. Bumi states that if foreignization is applied to a translation, the target language readers will feel that the translators is visible, and they will tell they are reading a translation. This solution would recover the reputation of translators and highlight their importance according to Penalty. The ideology of foreignization by Penalty is depicted as an ethno-deviant pressure on the value of registering linguistic and cultural differences of the foreign text, sending the reader abroad. This theory is a source text-oriented interpretation ideology, namely that accurate, acceptable, and easily understood translation is the one who wants the presence of source text culture on translation results. This ideology assumes the presence of foreign culture is beneficial to the target audience. A striking feature of this ideology is the existence of a foreign culture aspect expressed in the target text. The atmosphere and culture of the source language are endeavored to be present at the maximum. even though the Indonesian text has been transformed into English text. The goal is for the reader society to be enriched by reading something foreign. In short, this is the embodiment of foreignization ideology by means of transference, translating by presenting source language values. Before we move to the analysis, I will give you brief information about Pramudia Anantatur and his novel, and then Ichsan will tell you about Mixlin. So, who is Pramudia Anantatur? Pramudia Anantatur is widely regarded as one of Indonesia's best writers. At a young age, he joined anti-colonial struggle against Japan during World War II and then enlisted in forces to fight the Dutch colonialists. He was arrested and imprisoned by the Dutch in 1947. His foray into writing began in prison at age 24. Pramudia or Pram is a hero of Indonesia's anti-colonial movement and fighter for human rights and freedom of speech. He was born on February 6, 1925 in Pura, Center Java, and he died in the capital, Jakarta, on April 30, 2006 at the age of 81. How about his novel? In Indonesia, it's named Bumi Manusia, and This Earth of Mankind is the English version of that book. The main character of This Earth of Mankind is Minke, the first Japanese boy to attend an elite Dutch colonial high school, an intelligent student, descendant of Japanese noble, and observer who is sensitive to the complex and dangerous world around him. Minke's life is disrupted when he is invited to live with very unconventional family. Here, Minke met with extraordinary characters who would force him to face with antagonism in society, both on racial and gender oppression. The household was led by Nyai Ontosoro, a native concubine who runs the family's dairy business, and her half-European children, beautiful Annalise, and the treacherous Robert. Minke fell in love with Annalise, aroused the murderous hatred of Robert, and through his relationship with Nyai, takes his first step on the path that will lead him to become an outspoken opponent of Dutch colonial rule.
Do you remember who's the translator of This Earth of Mankind? The translator of This Earth of Mankind is Mixlin. Who's Mixlin? Mixlin is a writer, consultant, editor, and also translator with 36 years of experience in and with Indonesia, as well as with Singapore, Philippines, and also East Timorese community in Australia. He is an honorary associate in Indonesia Studies, School of Languages and Cultures in Australia, University of Sydney. In July 2008, he visited Fellow, Department of Malay Studies, National University of Singapore. His most recent publication is This Earth of Mankind, originated by Pramudia Anantatur's novel Bumi Manusia. We move to domestication analysis. I found 24 findings about domestication strategy in chapter 7, but I would like to show 5 findings of them. The first, we can read the source text. Dan waktu terbit tidak mampu mengusir harimau. And the baby text. And when it did rise, it was unable to dispel the mist. Halimun is translated into the mist in target text. The halimun means a cloud of tiny water droplets suspended at or near the Earth's surface, limiting visibility. It means that halimun is equal with the mist. Second, we can read the source text. tanpa air, ditanami palawija menjelang panen, dan kereta perangkap lambat. Translated into target text as unirrigated, planted with crops but no rest. The palawija, that means agricultural crops other than rice like beans, corn, and cassava, is literally translated into planted with crops in target text. Okay, then the next from the source text, bahkan mungkin juga dalam keluarga modern Eropa, di Eropa dewasa ini dan pada pribumi India jauh di kemudian hari. Translated into English as perhaps even among modern families in Europe today and among Indian natives far in the future. Pribumi is literally translated into natives in target text. It means that pribumi is equal to natives, mean that a person born in specified place or associated with a place by birth, whether subsequently resident there or not. Next, from the source text, ayahandamu hanya dari sekolah rakyat, translated into target text as your father only went to a basic people's school. Sekolah rakyat is translated into a basic people's school in target text. That means sekolah rakyat is elementary school in Japanese period. That means sekolah rakyat is equal to a basic people's school in English. The last, from the source text, we can read that beduk masih telah berlalu, menyusul suara azan yang murung. Translated into English as the grand mosque drum began its beating, followed by that sad call to prayer. Beduk is literally translated into drum in English target text. Beduk means an instrument like gendang, drum, in a mosque that was beaten to notify the time to salat, to prayer. In other hand, it means it's one of the drums and used among Muslims for religious purposes.
Now, from 16 foreignization terms that I found from History of Mankind, I will explain 5 of them. First, from the source text, tak ada perintah untuk itu nyanyi becomes the target text, I have no such orders nyai. So, nyai is a word commonly used in West Java as reference to a woman or an elderly woman. It was used to show a respect. However, during the Dutch colony, the word had a derogatory meaning. At that time, the meanings of nyai were to be women who were kept as housekeeper, companion, and concubine. Second, the source text is jadi aku akan dihadapkan pada Bupati B, and then it becomes the target text, so I'm being brought before the Bupati B. Bupati is the person in charge of a county level district in Indonesia known as a kabupaten. The third, from the ST, kepriayian bukan duniaku, becomes the target text, the word of priayi, Javanese aristocrats who became administrators for the Dutch colonial bureaucracy, was not my word. This time, an explanation has been added in the target text. Then, from the ST, menyusul sebilah keris bertahtakan permata, becomes, then come a ceremonial shaded short sword, a keris inlaid with jewels. So, like the third one, the explanation of the keris has been added to the target text. The last, from the Source text sebuah belangkon dengan gaya perpaduan antara Jawa Timur dan Madura, and it becomes the target text, a batik belangkon headdress, a mixture of East Javanese and Madura style. Belangkon is headgear of Javanese men, and it is a ready-to-wear headband made of batik. There is word batik in the target text, but it is not in source text. Why? The local have understood that belangkon is definitely batik because those two objects are indeed related, but it is different for foreign. So the batik there tends to help explain the visualization of belangkon.
The conclusion from the domestication strategy is this result indicates the translator tends to make unfamiliar cultural words from such language text can be easily understood by target language text readers. In this case, the translator doesn't align with vanity theory that he suggests for not making the text too domesticated. However, the translator has tried to reduce the Indonesian cultural words by not making the TL text completely domesticated. Okay, this is all the analysis about domestication and foreignization strategies in the English translation of Pramudia Anantatur novel Bumi Manusia, which is translated into This Earth of Mankind by Nextland in chapter 7.
We hope you enjoy and gain more interesting knowledge after watching our video. Thank you!
Have a nice day! Bye-bye!